Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. Before I get started with the reading, I just want to take a second and thank all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and just all of your positive feedback. If you are interested in receiving additional guidance from the weekly and monthly tarot forecast that I offer here on my channel, I do actually draw and upload every single day a daily oracle guidance card to my Instagram and Facebook pages. So if you're interested in receiving additional guidance, please head over and like me on Facebook or follow me on Instagram. If you are interested in receiving a private reading from me, I do actually have linked below in the description bar my website, so head over to my website and read about how I offer my private readings. And make sure that for these weekly tarot forecasts you are watching your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign to get the most insight. Some weeks you will resonate more with your sun sign, other weeks you will resonate more with your rising sign or ascendant sign, and then sometimes you might even resonate with all three, your sun, moon, and rising sign. So again, I just want to thank you guys so very much for all of your support. You guys are truly amazing. Thank you for all of the positive feedback, your likes, your shares, your comments. I do wish you all a wonderful week. Stay tuned for the reading. Hi Scorpio, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of September 26th through October 2nd. This is for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising signs. Alright, Scorpio, so at the bottom of the deck I have the Ace of Swords. Okay. So the Ace of Swords can be some of you cutting through the BS, to be honest. You also have the moon here on the spread, cutting through the BS, cutting through the confusion, cutting to the truth of the matter. Speaking your truth. The Ace of Swords represents communication. So for some Scorpios, you could be communicating, speaking your truth. You also could be receiving the truth. You could be hearing the truth from someone around you. But the Ace of Swords can also represent you signing a contract. So there could be some Scorpios that are maybe signing a contract this week. But this is victory. This is success after going down maybe a very long road with maybe lots of challenges for some Scorpios. The overall energy is the Queen of Pentacles. So for many of you, no matter if you're male or female, very grounded, down to earth, maybe focused on financial matters. This could be you very focused, you know, on your career or very focused on your future security. Also, you know, this could be you very focused on a home or a home situation. There could be for some of you, there could be maybe a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo person around you that's very significant. But for them to come up in this position, this would be maybe a person that is very, very significant within your life. You know, maybe a person that you're around every day. This also can represent an inheritance. There could be, you know, something legal going on for some of you. You know, she can represent assets, property. And with that Ace of Swords, you know, this could be some of you, you know, honestly cutting through the BS or the confusion when it comes to that matter. You also could be signing a contract. We are starting out with the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords represents communication. With the Page of Swords, it can be positive, it can be negative. Often I see the Page of Swords come up when there are some delays, and because I do have the Nine of Wands underneath the Page of Swords, for some of you, this could be you waiting on communication, but perhaps maybe it is delayed. With the Nine of Wands, for some of you, you could have been waiting for quite some time. This is feeling tired, feeling exhausted with maybe having to wait, but you're sticking it out. This is you persevering. This is you hanging in there and maybe waiting on this success. It's almost like you know that this victory or this success is coming to you, with the Nine of Wands sitting on the side of the Emperor. This is stability, this is success, prosperity, abundance. So it's almost like for some of you, you know that this success is yours. You know that you're going to come out, you know, the winner, maybe in a particular situation. It's just a matter of maybe dealing with some delays. It's a matter of having to wait. But what I find very, very interesting is I have the Page of Swords looking directly at the moon. And I feel like for some of you, this is you really concentrating on, you know, something that's secret, something that's hidden for some of you. There could be a situation that you're dealing with. For some of you, maybe you're dealing with some delays, and then for some other Scorpios, this could be, you know, you in a situation where, you know, it could be a little confusing. You know, there could be some uncertainty surrounding this situation, and there could be some things in the dark. There could be some things that are hidden with the moon. The moon represents the unknown, and the moon likes to keep things in the dark. And also, you know, with the moon, this energy can bring in a lot of fear-based energy. So there could have been some Scorpios that have been worrying, feeling insecure, feeling unsure. But with the Emperor here, I see many of you conquering that. And the Ace of Swords here. I feel like for some of you, if a situation has been confusing, or there's just been a lot of uncertainty surrounding something, I feel like you are taking control with the Emperor. This is an empowering energy. I feel like you are taking control, and you are maybe slicing through this confusion, or getting down to the bottom of something with the Ace of Swords. For some of you, you're taking control of a situation. For some of you, you're speaking your truth. Absolutely, with this energy here, for some of you, you could be speaking your truth. Maybe, honestly, for some of you, you're waiting on the exact moment to speak your truth. I do feel like for many of you, your intuition is going to be incredibly strong this week. And I do feel also for like a select number of you that perhaps there is maybe an earth sign person, or even an Aries. For some of you, a Capricorn. There could be a person around you that maybe, you know, maybe this is like a secret relationship. There could be something secret. And with the Page of Swords here, for some of you, you could be keeping your eye on this person. You could be watching them secretly. Also, you know, this can go both ways. So you could know maybe an Aries or an earth sign person. There could be a person around you, Scorpio, who's maybe keeping an eye on you secretly. And I don't mean that in a creepy kind of way. Honestly, this could be like a crush. For some of you, it could be your boss, to be honest, with the energy of the Emperor. It could be an authority figure. It could be a boss. But with your energy, Scorpio, of the Queen of Pentacles for the entire week, if this is something related to career or business, you know, this is a hard worker. This is a person who's fully invested in their work. So just continue on, you know, focusing on your work. Just continue on working very hard. Now, for some of you, I think you're working a little bit too hard, to be honest, because I have the 9 of Wands here. I also have the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands can come up when someone has too much on their plate. They're literally maybe working every day. They're spreading themselves a little bit too thin. So this can be you needing to lighten your load, Scorpio. Needing to even ask for help. This can be a little bit of a stressed out energy. But with the 9 progressing to the 10, this is a cycle that is coming to an end. So this is only a temporary energy. But for some of you, you know, just for this week, you might need to lighten your load or just make some time for yourself. But there could be some Scorpios, honestly, with the energy of the Devil, you could be obsessing over your work. You honestly could be taking on just far too many things, far too many tasks this week. With this sort of energy of the Devil, needing to sever ties from that no longer serves you. And I do see many of you doing that, no matter how you can relate to this reading. For some of you, this possibly could be like a family situation or an unhappy marriage, an unhealthy relationship. With this Ace of Swords here, I do see some of you cutting ties from something or even a situation. For some of you, it can be a job that's no longer serving you. Because I do have the 2 of Wands underneath the Devil. And the 2 of Wands can represent you making a decision, or for some other Scorpios, even receiving a decision that maybe you've been waiting on that allows you to walk down a new path. This is something you've thought about, though. With the 2 of Wands, you've spent a lot of time thinking about your future. You spent a lot of time you know, thinking about walking down this new path. You know, this is something, for many of you, this is something that's very exciting, something that you're passionate about. And it could have something to do with a home, because I also have the Four of Wands here, and this is my happy home card. It represents the home. It represents your stability, your security, family. Can represent marriage as well. So I have the Devil sitting across from the Four of Wands. So again, with this Ten of Wands here, which is a stressful sort of energy, something that's no longer serving you or something that's not good for you. And then that Ace of Swords, this is a cycle that's coming to an end. So I do see some Scorpios kind of maybe setting themselves free, literally freeing yourself from a negative situation or an unhealthy relationship. There could have been some secretive things going on with this energy here. But you know, this is something you're well aware of. I don't want, you know, to scare any of you. This would be something that you're well aware of. You know it's unhealthy for you. And I feel like for some of you with the Emperor and the Ace of Swords, you're absolutely taking control and you're making the move. This could be you absolutely making that decision to free yourself and walk down a new path. And maybe some of you, maybe you're moving towards the Queen of Pentacles, male or female, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Maybe some of you are moving towards an Aries person. Maybe this is the person that for some of you you're severing ties with. But overall, I think it's going to be a great week. I see you moving down a new path, Scorpio, and I see you moving towards more stability and more happiness. This is a wonderful energy. For some of you, maybe you're moving back home. Maybe you could be moving in with a family member or with your family. You could be spending a lot of time with family, with friends or family this week. You could be spending a lot of time, you know, in the home. Your home could be very significant. Let me see what else I'm getting here. Financially, I think it's going to be a great week for you, Scorpio. To be honest, you do not have any Cups cards, but you do have the Moon. So for some of you, you could be a little emotional, but I'm really not sensing that for too many of you. I think that you're more... I think you have an empowering energy this week, Scorpio. I really do. I think that, you know, your eye is on the prize. You know exactly what you want, and I think that you're taking moves. Or you're making moves. Some of you are taking your time with making these moves. You could be a little sneaky, but I still see you no matter what making moves for some of you. I think that overall it's a great week. I think that there's a lot happening, but you're in control. For some of you, you could be receiving communication that maybe you've been waiting on. You could be speaking your truth, and then there could be some other Scorpios that are hearing the truth. The truth is coming to light. Okay, so I just had a few cards flip over. All right, very interesting. We will take a peek at all of these. The first one is Bridget. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Very interesting that we have Bridget that just came up, because Spirit is not cautioning you to not move forward. Spirit is not cautioning you to not move forward. They're just cautioning you to look deeper into something before moving forward. So for some of you, you just need to look deeper into this situation because there's something that maybe you're not seeing. So maybe there's some sort of clarity, there's some sort of illumination that is needed. Something needs to come to light. So Spirit is just asking you to take a deeper look, okay? So listen to your intuition, whatever it is that's happening for you this week, no matter how you can relate to this, just make sure that you're proceeding with caution and that you take a second look and you don't rush into anything, okay, Scorpio? And what's interesting is we have Bridget, but then I also have Vanessa. To make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose? Which way takes me away from it? So this is all about making a decision. So some of you absolutely have to make a decision. But before rushing right into a decision, you need to just really think about this, okay? And then we do have Yvonne. You have a special bond with the animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by the angels. Beautiful. So if you're a Scorpio who has been worried about an animal, worried about a pet, just know that they are okay. They will be okay. And, you know, some of you, you might need to adopt a pet. Maybe you've been thinking about adopting a pet. For some of you, if you've been thinking about adopting a pet with Vanessa here, you know, I definitely think you should. Definitely do your research with this energy here. Do your research, but definitely move forward with that. This is beautiful. Okay, Scorpio, so I do hope that you found this reading helpful, and I hope you have a great week. Take care.